Lesson 6.5, linear systems in 3 variables. This is where the real fun starts. So not only do we have x and y to solve for, we also have z. This is in a 3-dimensional coordinate plane. So you're trying to solve for 3 different coordinates. Okay, so what your first step is to look at your x's, compare them all, and you have to make either all your x's eliminate, all your y's eliminate, or all your z's eliminate. So in this one, obviously the z's are going to be the easiest because they're all 5s or negative 5s. So what I'm going to do is actually take the first 2 equations and make them into a system. So I'm going to have negative 8x minus 3y plus 5z equals negative 2, x minus 2y minus 5z equals negative 9. Don't do this in your head, folks. It's not going to be good. All right, so then my z's are eliminating. Negative 8, that would be plus 1, would be negative 7x. Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5y. And that would be negative 11. Okay, you're stopping there, and that creates now an equation that only has 2 variables in it. That's what we're wanting. So I'm going to number these to help you kind of keep track of my notes here. So I took equation 1 and 2 and put them together. Now I think I'm going to take equations 2 and 3 together because I also see that I could make my z's eliminate. So I have to use equation 3. You have to use all of them. You're going to use one of them twice, obviously, and I didn't want to use equation 1 because they're both positive 5s. They wouldn't eliminate unless I wanted to multiply everything by negative 1, but I didn't. So I'm going to put equations 2 and 3 together. So I get x minus 2y minus 5z equals negative 9. 4x plus 7y plus 5z equals 4. Okay, 4 plus 1 would be 5x. 7 minus 2 would be 5y. Eliminates. Negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. Okay, so now that I have these, where they both have x and y, I'm going to put them together. And we're very lucky because I see my y's eliminate. If they didn't, I would have to multiply one of these equations by something to make either the x's or the y's go away. So this is gone. Negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2x equals negative 16. I'm able to solve for x and get that x is 8. So I have found x. I still need a y, and I need a z. So now you're just working backwards. You're taking this answer and plugging it into one of the equations that only had 2 variables. So that's either this guy or this guy. I like this one better. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to replace x with 8. That would be 40. I'm solving for y. I'm going to subtract 40. And divide by 5. So y is negative 9. Okay, and then I need to take the x and the y and plug those in to one of the original equations with the z in it. So you can pick any one of these 3. This one has the smallest numbers. I'm going to pick number 2. You do what you want. So that's 8 minus 2 times negative 9 minus 5 times, z, I don't have a z, equals negative 9. So I've got 8, negative 2 times negative 9 is positive 18 minus 5z equals negative 9. Combine 8 plus 18, 26 minus 5z equals negative 9. Subtract 26. Negative 5z equals negative 35 divided by negative 5. Z equals 7. So my 3 lines all have in common have the point in common at 8, -9, 7. Okay, let's try number 2. That gets a little trickier. Okay, again, go through your x's, your y's, and your z's and figure out which one letter you want to eliminate from all 3 of them. So I've got 3 and 5, so I'd have to make those all 15s. 8 and 2, I can make them all 8s. 2, 3, and 4 would have at least common multiple of 12. I'd have to multiply all of them. Let's say either x's or y's. I think I like doing in the y's because with 15 I'm going to have to multiply the 3's by 5's, the 5's by 3's, whereas this one I just need to take the top one times a 4, or really a -4. So let's do that first. And that would get -12x minus 8y plus 8z equals -24. Okay, so that's equation 1. I want to put that with equation 2. -12 plus 5 would be -7. Y's are gone. 8 plus 3 is 11z. That would equal -20. So that's all I can do on that one. I've eliminated what I wanted to. Now go over here, and I have to use equation 3 to eliminate the y. So again, I think I'm going to go back and use what I used for number 1, this guy right here, because it is the same thing as this, since I multiplied all by -4. So I'm going to keep the -12x minus 8y plus 8z equals -24. And again, that came from right here. That was my really number 1. And then I'm going to put 3 with it. Writing neatly is very important on this because all it takes is one itty-bitty mistake. My y's cancel. I get -9x plus 12z equals -30. And so I stop on those. Make sure you have the same variables in both of them. And I'm going to line those up somewhere. So I'm going to take my -7x plus 11z equals -20. And my -9x plus 12z equals -30. I don't see anything that's going to eliminate yet. So let's see. We've got to eliminate something. I guess the easier way would be to make these both 63s. So I'm going to take 7 times 9 and the 9 times 7, but one of them is going to have to be negative. I'll just make the top one. So that would be 63x. That would be -99z. 9 times 2 would be 80, 180. That would be -63x. 7 times 12 is 84. Yep. 7 times -30. 7 times 3 is 21, so it would be -210. Okay, x's are gone. -99 plus 84 would be 15z, and it would be negative. 180 minus 210 is -30. Ooh, I think I did it. 5 by -15, so z is 2. So that goes at the end of my list. So that's the hardest part. Now it's just working backwards to get the other answers. So now go back to one of your equations that had 2 variables in it. One of them, of course, is z. That would be either this one or this one. It doesn't matter. I'm going to pick, I guess, this one. So I have -7 times x plus 11 times 2 needs to equal -20. That'd be 22. Subtract 22. That is -42. So x should be 6. Then pick one of your equations to plug x and z into. That would be one of the originals. I'm going to actually pick the top one before I multiplied by -4. So that'd be 3 times your x is 6 plus 2 times y minus 2 times my z of 2 equals 6. 3 times 6 is 18. -2 times 2 is -4. 18 minus 4 is 14. Subtract 14. 2y equals negative 8 divided by 2. Y is negative 4. So that is where your three lines meet and the point they have in common.